Oh, Cherie, you are so beautiful. You are like the blue velvet rose, if there is such a thing. Every time I see your light, it's like I see the light of the sky. It is so beautiful, oh, Cherie.
Jock, what are you doing?
What?
What?
So when we first started on this project, we started with a donor car that was a complete road going car. The plan was to convert this car into a full-blown race car that can do track days, endurance, etc. The donor car was in quite bad shape. We took it around, took it for its first track day, had a great time with it. Proved to be really responsive, but just really worn out. So the owner, Wesley, managed to find another car that was a lot further down the line in terms of its track conversion. It had a lot of new bits on, it had Clio Cup shocks, it had EBC brakes, and it had a lot of poly bushes already installed. So he did a swap where he got that car, or the blue car. We then proceeded to remove all of the sound deadening material and start the conversion. We installed this OMP seat with the wheel, custom made bracket, and we took it out for its maiden voyage. That was the first track day. Someone dropped some oil through turn 8 at Swartkorp's way. It was really tricky to maintain control of the car, but luckily I didn't bin it. So how'd it go, Wes?
A lot of fun.
Is it?
Still got a lot to learn though.
Your best lap?
125.
125, okay, it's not too bad. Here you can see I just made over the garage, so my workshop was nice and clean, brand new painted balls and epoxy flooring. So I set about giving the Clio a really good clean. You can see it had just come back from roll cage installation. Guys at TNT did a great job on this installation. Car was actually looking quite fresh after that wash. So at this point I'd already installed the wheel studs.
Because I don't care. I don't care what you say. Life is shit. Get loaded.
And the purpose was to take out the rear axle to have it reinforced. We also took out the front wishbones to have those reinforced. The plate work came from a company in the UK. But obviously I had to strip everything first. We then set about removing all the panels, the dash, all of the wiring. It was unreal how much weight actually came out of the car into the HVAC system, all of the cabling. And then we went and set about working on removing the sound dampening material. This is a really good technique for getting the sound dampening material off. Just use dry ice. I recommend getting a lot more than you think you need. In this case I got 10 kilos. And the sound dampening material that we removed came to 8.5 kilos. Then the axle came back from the fabricators who did the stiffening plates. I didn't do it because I don't have a MIG welding machine. I could have done it though. So here you can see they've added a whole bunch of brackets. Same on the front wishbones. I then set about cleaning it up and painting it, getting it ready for installation. Came out really nice. Then reinstalled all the wheel studs. It had brand new discs on the back. Funny story about these, we didn't buy these discs from Renault South Africa. We actually we imported them because it was cheaper and faster to get it to import them. I then had all the glass removed in preparation for going to paint. I also just did a basic engine service. Oil was terrible. I recommend changing oil after every second race. If you have the budget, change it after every race. In terms of track days, you can do every second track day. I then removed all the unnecessary plate work, brackets, everything else. Gave it a good clean before it went off for paint. As you can see, the guy who painted this car did an amazing job. It looked so fresh when it came back. Painted all the emblems black, blacked everything out. Then set about cutting out and making up the polycarb windows. So we used the glass as a template, and then we just marked it up and cut it off with a jigsaw. Then used driv nuts and drilled holes straight through the polycarb to fix it at the bottom. We also made up these door cards from plastic we got from Maisie's. Then also made up a backing for the ADU, the ECU Masters ADU. We also installed the strap and did a whole bunch of little things to close up all the holes and get it ready for its track life. We also then installed this Pro-Am bump steer correction kit. Because this car has such short control arms, it suffers quite a lot from bump steer. And that's something I experienced when we first took the car out. Try to get a gauge of how much bump steer there was, but it was pretty difficult. Here I machined up special collars for the Longacre mirror because the tubing at the time was not available because of COVID and the problems with steel supply. We then installed these eyes for the seat belts. Big thank you to Dirt Nurse for their continued support. And there she is, she looks fantastic. What a journey it's been with this car. We've come so far from the original days of this car being 3 colors. Man, it has come out so good, and today we are going to be going to Swartkops Racer and we're actually going to be giving it its first shakedown in this configuration. We've done the bump steer correction kit, we've taken out a bunch of weight out of the car. We've gutted the dash. We've got the long acre mirror. We've got the ECU Masters ECU. We gutted all the wires. We've completely rewired the chassis. We have Pro-Am rear suspension stiffening kit. We have Pro-Am front wishbone stiffening kit. We've gutted the engine bay. The list goes on. The car's been painted, but today's the day. Today is the day that we are actually going to test this thing, and I'm very, very excited because when Wesley and I test drove this thing yesterday, wow, what a difference, man. It feels a lot faster. And it's a combination of the weight that's been taken out of the car, but also the sound of the car. So it's running an ECU Masters Black, and we're also running the USB to CAN system, as well as an EDL data logger. Switch up, flip that toggle. So now Wesley's programmed it, so you have different pages. You can flip up between your pages. I personally prefer that one. What we're displaying here, this is oil pressure. We've got water temp and oil temp, and then your RPM is a digital readout from there.